enough to keep him from escaping. Then Russell could teleport straight to him, rip off the mask, and sever Han's head with one final swing of his sword. The dozen armed guards were probably super soldiers, mutated by Han's demon buddy, Narrator, and they were going to be a problem. Even so, Russell couldn't take them out first. Their deaths would alert Han, and the cowardly cretin would teleport away like the last few times Russell had come close to killing him. Russell gritted his teeth with impatience. So close, but still unable to shoot. Han was standing next to the kidnapped dragon shifter, practically hugging him as he taught the young captive the proper stance for drawing back a bow. With a silent curse, Russell lifted his finger off the trigger of his crossbow. He'd seen the boy once before, so he recognized him. Since dragon shifters aged twice as fast as mortals, Xiao Fang looked about 12 years old. In mortal years, he was only 6. Russell wasn't sure what the kid's mental age was, but he was certainly young enough to have been traumatized by recent events. Narrator had captured the dragon boy over 2 months ago and delivered him to Han. Since then, Russell had been spying on all 30 of Han's camps, hoping to catch a glimpse of Han and the boy. It was extremely rare to see Han outside one of his encampments, but apparently he'd made an exception for the boy. He was giving Xiao Fang an archery lesson and playing the role of a father figure, no doubt to win the young dragon shifter to his side. The sad reality was that the strategy might work. Away from his home for over 2 months, the boy could have fallen prey to the Stockholm Syndrome, so that he was now identifying with one of his captors. Master Han probably seemed the safer choice. Safer than the demon Narrator, for sure. And here was Han patting the kid on the back and giving him words of encouragement. It made Russell's stomach churn with disgust. For a second, he considered teleporting straight to the boy, nabbing him, and taking him to Tiger Town, where he would be safe. The good vamps were gathered there with their allies, the were-tigers, anxiously awaiting their chance to rescue the dragon boy and defeat Master Han. One phone call, and Russell could have a dozen vamps and shifters by his side. But wait. Han was stepping back to let Xiao Fang take his shot. It might be another 2 years before Russell got a chance like this. His first priority had to be killing Han. In the ensuing chaos, the boy could easily be rescued, and this situation was ideal, since Han and his super soldiers were all standing perfectly still, so as not to disturb the boy's concentration. Russell eased his finger back onto the trigger. Die, you bastard. One of the guards jerked suddenly. As he fell forward onto his face, the soldier next to him stiffened with a cry, then crumbled to his knees. What the hell? Russell barely had time to spot the knives protruding from the fallen soldiers' backs when Han jumped on the boy, pushing him down onto the ground. A third knife whizzed past where Han had been standing, embedding itself with a thunk in a tree. The remaining soldiers shouted, immediately drawing their swords. Han vanished, taking the dragon boy with him. Damn it to hell! Russell fumed silently. Who were these assholes who had ruined his plans? From the speed and accuracy of the attack, he assumed there were 2 knife throwers, maybe 3. Whoever they were, they might have trouble escaping the super-fast soldiers who were giving chase. Not my problem, he told himself. The attackers had destroyed the best chance he'd had in a long time. If they were all murdered in the next few minutes, they would never have a chance to interfere with him again. With a groan, he rested his head against the tree trunk. When had he become such an uncaring prick? Even though he'd been stripped of his humanity, did that mean he had to act like a heartless monster? The attackers were clearly on the same side he was. That made them allies in the war against Master Han. Damn, but he hated having allies. As long as he was alone, he had nothing to lose. Maybe the attackers were guys he knew, like J.L. Wong and Rajiv, and in that case, Vampire J.L. would have teleported his were-tiger buddy out of danger. But knife-throwing was not J.L.'s style. He would have used a rifle or handgun, and he would have wounded the soldiers instead of killing them. If the attackers were mortal, they wouldn't stand a chance against 10 super soldiers. An old vestige of marine honor pricked at